Welcome back. It is Monday. It's a glorious sunshining day. With that said, let's just do a recap. Walls, insulation walls. Havelock, check them out. If you don't know what they are, all natural wool insulation. And then we just put the 1/4-inch walls up, framed out the windows. I will be framing out the windows. We're gonna have our cabinets and our walls all the same color. I'm just gonna start building everything out, and then we can I can tape everything off, and then we can come in and spray everything white. So, first things first is what I'm doing is I'm gonna start building out this dinette. I'm building everything out of 1/2 inch. So what I did was I glued this to the wall, glued it, and I screwed it. One thing you do when you're building in a van, or basically anything, but when you're building and you've got wood glue, please use it, because if you don't, you're gonna hear all these squeaks and creaks and all this stuff like that. It's gonna help out with the squeaks and creaks. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have this big U-shaped dinette, and obviously center table drops down. This is our electrical cabinet. This will just be storage. We'll have a receptacle inside. Thinking I'm gonna take this off, and I'm gonna make one big thing, and for sure probably put a door here. I'll put a door here for this back. I don't know if I might do a door here just so it, all looks good. But if I put one big piece, then I can always just come back and cut it out later on, just so they all look the same, look good. With that said, I think I need to take this off now.
She declined to the first date. It was only on my birthday. Never on the highway. Give it time to reflect a bit.
These 3/4 strips, what they do is they go around the inside perimeter of the dinette, about 1/2 inch down, and this is what my 1/2 inch lid will sit on top of. So this supports the 1/2 inch tops. It's good.
From here, but sometimes I might have never met in my life. So I lost the number. Never mind, she declined to the first date. Went to Vegas with a roommate. Never mind all the lines on the highway. I aim to misbehave 'cause I'm just having a good day. Having a good day. Having a real good morning. I'm just
Lost you guys last night. Finished this side of the dinette. So I'll show you. So that side is done. Most of this, especially all around in here, or all in here, will all be electrical. This will be closed off, so this will be part of the U-shape. We'll do another one over here. Just gotta get this side finished. I just have to snap and things get done? Like that? You mean that happens when I snap my fingers? Why do I work so hard? This is the U-shaped dinette. So like I said, that'll be a lot of electrical. This is just open. This, instead of putting a door on the outside over here, we left this one to where it can open from here. So when you open the back door, you can just reach in, lift it up. Table will drop down. Fridge cabinet is installed. I've got enough gap for when we put the countertop that the cooktop has plenty of room. It needs like 4 inches. This is going to be, I think, roughly 5.5. So it's going to have room. What I'll probably do is put a hole right here for the propane line to run, and I'll probably put the propane tank down in here in this little area, so that way it's not wasting space. These will be drawers. A very nice Victor Frico fridge. Choose which way the door goes, so I've already swapped that. It's got a freezer up top. So I haven't done a lot of videoing so far this week. Yesterday, really none. I just have been in and out of the van so many times, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, that it's really just even hard to just get any kind of single shot. Because I've been working on small things here and there. What I'm working on now is the vent for nature's head toilet. I've been working as hard as I can to try and not go through the side of the wall of the van to just put anything. I don't want anything. Like, yes, I have those lights, but like I didn't want to display like, oh hey, I'm a camper van, da da da. So what I did is went through the floor, and I had this from when I bought another nature's head. It came with, it's a mushroom vent. So 1.25 inch pipe fits nice and snug into it. So what I'll do is this goes underneath the floor of the van, and I'll have it this way, so as it goes down the road it'll be like that, not like this. So that way the toilet vents the outside, and there's nothing going through the roof or through the side. And so I drilled my hole, and it came with this, basically it just, you go around the circles, the holes, and it just de-sharpens. It's like a reamer, I don't know exactly what you call it, but it just makes it not a sharp edge. There you go. For today, it's kind of a disaster in here. Like I said, I've been doing so many different things, trying to see where water pump, water heater, all that stuff's going. Got the water tank here. That's freshwater tank. You'll open the door, be able to tell, you know, there ain't any sensors. You can just tell, hey, I'm full, hey, I'm half, hey, I'm empty by opening the door. Right here is the shower. So that's what I'm about to get started on. I've got to build my 3 walls, then I've got to build my front face, and then I need my base, and then I need to connect the plumbing. So that's my shower surround. I need to put the pan in, then I'll come and frame all of this outer element out. So now that I have my hole for my shower pan, what I'm gonna do now is come with the chamfer, 45-degree chamfer bit, chamfer all around the edges so that my aluminum slide down in there. It'll just go in down there nice and neater, and my screw in will go in good. So you can see it's got the chamfer all the way around. Oh, that's the shower surround. Got my shower pan. As you can see, I've got my drain. Then I've got my little flex. I like the little flexible coupler, just because, I mean, this will be moving up and down. You know, I don't want everything to be totally rigid. But so from that, what will go is this HEPVO valve, so it won't allow anything to go back up. So as you see, this is the shower. So what I need to do now is I need to make a base out of aluminum. Then I need to wrap all of this in the aluminum and overlap this base right here. And then I need to make frames around. Okay, so my box is 23 and a half. 23 and a half by 25. Right. And I need plus an inch here. So this is a 23. Need this and this. So what I've been doing is I've been coming around marking it an inch, because that's how tall my flanges are. Marking it, then screwing it down, and then just scoring it with this, so that way that I don't have these black marks, pencil marks that I have to, marker marks that I have to try to knock off. So I've been scoring it, so that's where I'm going to be bending it. So you see I just got this, screwed it down here to the table, and I come over here, get on the lines, get it lined up. torn it. So that just tells me where I will need to bend it in the brake. And now where I need to cut here, and that's going to be where it'll come around extra and connect. You know what I'm saying? Like it'll be right here and it'll come there. You get it? Like, there you go. It'll be like, and those pieces will connect. Give you a quick little update. Shower is all pretty much done. Toilet's in. Got everything. So vents right there, down there, like I showed you. Then I've got my electrical running through there. This is where hot water heater will be. Then I'll have a cabinet, sink. So it'll be, you know, like doors probably down below, and then maybe a drawer or two up top. So this is the kitchen base cabinet. Sink will be here, some countertop, water heater over here, water pump and accumulator there. This will just be open space for possibly a trash can. Obviously you see the drain for the sink is right there. So what I'm doing now is I need to come, you know, and face all of this. So I'll just come, you know, craig jig around, get my frame, and then from there I can, you know, probably nail it to the face. So with that, we now have face of the cabinet. Obviously the framing. So false door, whole false drawer, drawer, door, door. Like I said, the pans will also obviously have shelving up top. This will be drawers, probably 3 drawers. The water, freshwater tank has shower. With the toilet. Did want to mention that probably my mixing valve, everything for the shower, will probably be on this wall since water will be right here. So I've made, so use this as a template for the sliding door. Already made that. And now it comes to making the top part. And I know for sure that these bottom curves are the same. So I'm gonna use this little curve for the bottom, and now I just have to figure out the curves for the top. Which might be somewhere along the same with this, but I'll have to figure that out. But for sure, the curves are the same for right here at the bottoms. So just copy that. That's your curve, and now you just gotta figure out the top curves. So this is how things stand here in the van. I gotta do the front trim on the shower. Everything else is done. Obviously gotta trim out the window frames, ceiling, back door. That door's done. I'm gonna start on the ceiling here a little bit. First, what I'm gonna do is, what I've done is I've already pulled. I'm not gonna pull the whole headliner down. Reason, when it comes to stuff like that, sometimes I'm a little over aggressive and I don't wanna crack, break, do anything. But with this, I still have, pulling this down, I'll still be able to shove a good bit of insulation up front. Dude, you know what? Okay, I think I figured out what I'm going to do for the ceiling. Obviously, a lot of people, you know, put the rib nuts and put the screws through the rib nut, through the board to attach it. Colleen doesn't really like that look. So what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna rip some strips of 1/2-inch plywood that are probably say 6 or 7 inches. It's gonna go this way. I'm gonna put those through the rib nuts. Then I can come with the ceiling boards and nail them. And if I need to, I can use some small little screws to secure it as well. Just because I know if you do with nails, it'll probably squeak a bit. I don't really want squeaking, so I use wood glue and stuff. I think, you know, if I need to, I can put a screw, a small screw. And if we have to, I can caulk or putty the holes to cover them up. I don't think they're gonna be seen that much. I think that's what I'm going to do. And it doesn't have to be every single one. It could be like one here, or one there, and one there. Just to minimize the appearance of the screws. But I think that's what I'm gonna do. It's always intimidating starting this, you know, because our last van we just did paneling, and so now we're doing tongue and groove. There's so many different ways in van life to do your tongue and groove ceiling. You obviously, like I said, you could just screw it with wood, with self-tapping screws. You can do the rib nut route. You can make furring strips. I mean, there's so many different ways, but I think the way that I just said is what I'm gonna do. It's gonna work best, easier for me. So, as you can see, this will be my furring strip up top. So I measured where some of the holes were, 5 of them, one in the middle, then gapped, and then gapped. So no holes, and then I went and rips on the table saw just to kind of let it flex a little bit more. I went to another rib, and I've read before in the forums where they're not all identical, and that's correct. The next one over is like another 1/4 of an inch spaced off, another 1/4 of an inch. So you might just have to, you know, rip them. Then, you know, see what I did is just found the center line, and then found the center point, and then I went from the center, you know, that in the center over to each side. So you probably have to do that for all of them. Just kind of a pain because they looking at them, they do kind of look off a little bit. That's what I'm gonna do. And these little relief cuts do help out, guys. I was pushing really hard, and now I'm just barely pushing. You can do more, you can do less. Just it's up to you. And before I put it up, I remembered that I had this. I think it's like ridge gap seal. I can't think of the exact term, but I use it for another Airstream. What this is gonna do, I'm sure it will, is thermal barrier from the metal to the wood. Hoping it'll block thermal barrier so the wood's not exactly touching the metal, and maybe help with condensation, things like that. All I did was I just used that sticky sprayed it, stuck it, and then I just punched my holes out, and then so now I can hang it up. For these puck lights that we're using, it's got these little tabs, so they'll hold themselves in place, but in order to put them in the ceiling, we've got to drill a hole. So 2 1/4, pretty sure that's what it is. Yep, 2 1/4. So I'll go first and I'll drill a pilot hole, so that doesn't really want to walk too much. And then I'll just start drilling away. Slide that through. Tab in, another tab, and voila. Your light is now installed. And just like that, we now have a ceiling. It's shiplap. It's 9/16 thick, so it's not too thick. It's pretty lightweight. Some really, really nice stuff that comes primed. As you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 boards total, and I bought the 16 footers. All I needed was 15 foot like one, and I made it all the way. So it's really nice not having to see the seams, anything like that.